Oh,
Okay.
nice. It can
Yeah.
tell you how many people
Yeah,
are
it tells
viewing
you.
too.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
cool.
For
That is so
everyone
cool.
watching, welcome, Jerry and Xavier Santana. This is Xavier Santana's
Yo,
second time on this channel, guys.
hello,
And definitely
hello.
not the last. I mean, Xavier Santana, I spent like an hour talking about this, just like crazy life stuff. So I was like, why don't we just like record more? So
Yep,
we're
yep.
here for you now, and we're gonna talk to you about stuff. I still have high school stories I want to share. I
He
still have,
said high
yeah,
school.
dude.
Oh God,
I have some crazy high school stories, man.
high school
Stories of life
stories.
tags. I'm just
Okay.
tagging the video right now while people join.
All right, all right.
Funny stories, school stories. There we go. And then let me see. Let me make sure that. Oh, is this category entertainment? No, I'm gonna make it people and blogs. Okay. All right, we're good. So, guys,
All
welcome,
right.
Xavier. I will start with my first story. You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's
Okay.
hear it.
All right. High school, my freshman year, I went to a different high school than the high school I was supposed to. I didn't know anyone. Um, there was this one club. I forgot what club I was joining because one of the ways to meet people is to join clubs.
Mm, mm.
Um, there were two people in contention for a class, for the club, whatever position. I don't remember if it was president or something. Right? Every club got to elect their leaders. So this one guy, shout out David, he's a cool dude, and he was in the running against someone else, and
Mm,
the votes were tied.
mm.
And the only reason the votes were tied was because one girl that probably had a crush on David, she was so foreign. She had come from France, but she was Chinese. So she was a third culture girl. She was Chinese immigrant to France that now came to America. So she didn't know what was going on, right?
Interesting.
So
Okay.
she didn't understand that you had to raise your hand to vote. She thought it was like you had to write a ballot or something.
Yeah.
So she forgot to vote, and that's why the votes were tied. So obviously, if the votes were tied, vote again, right? The
Correct.
the
Correct.
teacher gave people time to say something else that they wanted to. The two
Mm,
candidates, David and whoever he was running against, didn't
okay.
say anything. So it's just like, okay, let's vote again.
Mm,
And then we voted again.
mm.
Okay. And this time it was tied again. And the girl forgot to vote again. So that's not the messed up part, okay? The messed up
Ah.
part is what happened during the third vote. Again, the teacher's
Okay.
like, do the candidates want to say anything
Yeah.
to get people on their side? Nothing. Okay. So the third time, this girl finally realized, oh, I have to raise my hand to vote. Okay. So she's ready to vote now. So, um, time to vote. Okay. The hands shoot up, and then David's friend, thinking that it was going to be a tie again, switches his vote to the other side just to untie the vote. Yeah, dude. A big shame on this guy. I'm not going to say his full name, but his first
Yeah.
name was Phil. Big shame on that guy, man. I was a freshman, I was new to the school, but I couldn't even hold it. I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, dude, if you voted for David, your friend would have won. What kind of friend are you? I told him that to his
Mm,
face,
mm.
dude. How
Jesus,
messed up?
man.
Like, there are better ways as a friend to deal with this. If
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
friend isn't vouching for himself, why don't you stand up and try to sway some of the votes? Instead, you change your vote to the other side just to tie break. Like, what friend are you? Like, and you know why I thought about this story? I won't name the two of them because then I might dox this guy. But
Okay.
he dated one of my family friends when I went to college, and I was
Oh.
like, I don't want to say anything. And eventually they broke
Ah,
up, right?
ah.
But I think if they got more serious, I might have called my family friend, be like, let me tell you a story. You hear the story, you want to keep dating him. Thank goodness they just, they dated for a little bit, they didn't get serious.
Yeah.
But man, I reconnected with those family friends recently, and the older sister has a baby, so I was like,
Mm.
man, I need to tell her this story, but like, how do I tell her this story? I guess I'm gonna send her this video. I'm like,
Oh my
I'm glad you
God,
didn't marry this
dude.
person.
Ah.
That's why I was like, I gotta be careful. I
Oh,
want to say his name. His name's a cool name. I was like, but no, I'm not gonna say his name. I only said the first part. But
yeah,
like,
yeah.
how messed up are you, man? How messed up are you? Your friend was relying on your vote, and instead of thinking outside the box, being like, how can I help my friend? You switch your vote to the other side.
That's what
Just
you
the
call
tie break.
special. That's a different kind of special.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a very yeah, that dude's special, man. That's a very type of special guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, how does a guy like this, how does a guy like this think about stuff? Oh, viewer Ashwin is in the audience. Like, how do people think about this stuff? Like what goes on in their head to be like, let me make the process go along. Let's like stop this tie by screwing over my friend. Like, how do people think like that?
Mm.
So that's my first story. And we're just getting started. Anyone watching, if you guys want to share stories in the comment section, feel free to share them in the comment section, okay?
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Let us know your crazy stories from back in the day.
Yeah. High school,
Huh,
man. High
let's
school.
see.
You see human nature. I used to really believe in friendships. And that was one of the first times I saw like that bad of an unnecessary backstab. In high school, the joke is you might like accidentally backstab each other over ladies, right? Because you're immature. But like, come
Yeah.
on, dude, it's over a club position. Like this guy wanted that position. It has not. This guy that backstabbed his friend wasn't even running for anything. Like, why? It's not like you two are running against the same position.
Ah, dude. I mean, oh God, I'm trying to think where to even start. I got so many stories. Oh God. Oh, let's
Well,
start with what? Mm.
while you think about a story, let me tell you a second story, okay?
Okay.
For everyone
Okay.
watching, second story. This I used to have a series like stories to make you rethink about life. I would like tell messed up stories just to like, and some of those stories got like hundreds of thousands of views. That's why I was like, I gotta get Xavier on because it's more fun to tell people. Okay, guys, second story, as crazy as the first one. So I don't think this guy's ever been on my channel, but back in the day we were pretty close. He was one of the first friends maybe not the first friend, but one of the second batch of friends I made when I went to LA. Very good dude. Um, he was a little bit more left than I am, but still very rational
Mm,
dude who you could
mm,
have a
mm.
conversation without it becoming like, oh, let's name call, right? Very cool
Yeah.
dude. One time I was in between places, he let me stay at his place for a little bit, like a cool dude, right? Like a
Mm.
trustworthy friend. Um, he obviously had some issues because he got fired from the company that's where I met him. We were working at the same company, got
Okay.
fired, which is
Okay.
not his fault. He's just a guy that likes to talk, and sometimes people don't like people who's always talking. So he's still my friend, and eventually he leaves LA. I don't remember where he is, but I'm trying to help him get back to LA. So I'm trying to call him. I'm trying to catch up with him. Kind of like Xavier and I, we talk to each other a lot. We check up on each other. Right? I'm
Yep.
trying
Yep.
to check up on him. I'm trying to help him with his resume. He doesn't want any of my help or my friendship, which is fine. I'm like, you're going through stuff. You're you're trying to
Right. Right.
balance out your mind, whatever. Okay, I'll give you space,
Right.
right? Um, he had a girlfriend at the time. I don't know if they were still together because he left LA, but she was still in LA. She was cool too. And at that point, I was working at ByteDance. And so we needed people. So I was like, I enjoyed working under her. I think she actually, technically, I managed her when we were at the previous company. So it's like, she'd be a perfect person to try to get to like hire at
Interesting. So
ByteDance.
you were her boss at
Yeah.
a previous
Yeah.
company.
And so I was
Then
like,
she became.
and then I was like,
Oh,
maybe she could work under me at my current company because, why not hire people that hire people that you could vouch
correct.
for.
Correct.
So I tried to get her hired at my company. And then also, before that, my first week starting at the company, I got them paid to do like a consulting gig. So I think I was a good friend, man. This was before
Okay.
she left LA,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So she left LA very soon after that. But so like, I think I've been a very good friend. He helped me out. I helped him out.
Mm,
So I lose touch with him for many, many years. Okay, I don't know what happened to him.
mm,
And all right, that's fine. That's fine. You're going through your stuff. So randomly, 2020 comes along, the event that we can't really talk about on YouTube, where we're going to have to stay home, right? That happened. And so I
yeah.
get back
Forgot
on
about that guy.
Facebook just to let people know, guys, I really dislike Facebook. I'm gonna quit it. And if any of you find me on Facebook, which is probably gonna be really hard, but you find me on Facebook, the only reason I use it now is to connect with martial artists for one of my other channels. But like
Mm.
2020 was the final straw. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Too much of this divisiveness. So
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook just trying to tell everyone that I'm leaving. And suddenly I forgot to tell people that he quit Facebook a long time ago. Okay, so I didn't expect him to be on Facebook because he quit Facebook in like 2017. So
Oh my
in
God.
2020, I suddenly started seeing him not just interact with every one of my posts as I'm trying to leave Facebook, but trying to get into
Yeah.
arguments with me. I'm like, what the heck is going
What
on
the
with this
hell?
guy? So
What
obviously I
the
quit
hell?
Facebook, right? So I ignore him and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on.
Mm.
So um randomly I get a text. So like he still had my number, but like I never answered my calls all those years. But he still had my number. I get a text from him. He's like, Jerry, I think you blocked me on Facebook or you deleted your Facebook. I was just trying to correct some political ideology mistake you were making. So he was like, and then he's like, on top of that,
What
so he
the
wanted to continue the
fuck?
argument, but on top of that, he's like, Jerry, I'm applying for a position and it needs a recommendation. I knew you well back in the day. Can you write me a recommendation? I'm like, dude, like,
What?
where have you been all these years? Not
Like,
I wasn't
that's how
trying
you
to
say hi,
fuck
mother
with you
effer?
all these years. It's not
Mm.
like when you ignored me. So like I don't know where you've been. I don't know who you are anymore. And suddenly you're not only trying to ask me something, but trying to get back in touch with me, trying to argue with me on Facebook. That's a very mature way to like yeah, and I text. I'm very blunt when you push me forward.
Yeah.
I told him all this via text. I'm like, I basically told him go away. I'm like, what justifies me helping you? I tried for many
Mm.
years, but you ignored me. So now
Mm.
it's 2020. We're all going through stuff. I only have my community near me that I care about because that's the
Yeah.
only thing I can afford because everything's very messed up back then.
Yeah.
And then my friend, who was also friends with him, told me that he was like complaining on Facebook and getting really sad and I'm like, okay, if you want to follow him on Facebook, it's okay. I told him I'm done with him, so
Yeah.
I don't want you to keep telling me stuff about him because when I'm done with someone, I'm done with someone. And my friend's like, okay, that's fine. But it's just
Yeah.
like what? Like how? How? You know?
He missed you, man. That's what
I
it
guess
was,
so.
bro.
I guess he missed
He
me
missed
when he really
he
needed
missed
me,
you.
right? But when
He
he
missed you.
didn't
He
need
just
me, he's
wants
like, I don't miss you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess well, yeah, there's gonna be people like that in our lives. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's gonna be people like that. For example, I don't know if you finished your story because I got some stories to tell.
Yeah. I finished my story. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I believe it was the summer, oh God, 2007. I think I was in high school. What, sophomore year? Yeah, sophomore year. Oh shit. God, those were the days, bro. Even college days. Sophomore, 2007. What was I doing? All right, this story's gonna get hilarious and crazy as hell towards the end. I'm just saying,
Okay.
it's gonna be hilarious and crazy as hell towards the end. Summer 2007. I was in high school. I was a sophomore at the time. I think I was dating. I was dating this one short girl, Puerto Rican girl.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like my first. But yeah, you could say that was my high school sweetheart or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm already laughing because I already know where this is gonna go. Like, dude, what the fudge? Like, that happened, bro. I gotta clear my throat on this one, boy. Oh, so I was dating a short Puerto Rican girl. Very, I guess you can say, very wild, rambunctious.
Feisty. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's Puerto Rican. What do you expect? Fucking
Uh-huh.
freaking feisty as hell. Feisty as hell. I think she started weightlifting, almost like into bodybuilding stuff. And then, obviously I was like, oh, okay, what's up? That's cool. Let's go. It was at the gym. This story occurred at the gym. We're working out I think it was the athletic part of the school where they had like all the football guys working out and shit. So we're working out. I'm doing my thing with the jocks. I think I was actually skipping class at that time just to see her. I was skipping class at that time just to see her, and we're working out with the jocks or whatever, lifting weights and shit. And one of her friends, you had the girl. It was during that time. It was like you had the girls on one side, the guys on one side. Like, oh, they would do their own thing. They wouldn't like intermingle or mingle at all.
Uh-huh.
So we're working out, lifting weights, and everyone had kind of had their little separate thing or separate little area. But how us guys are. We didn't care. We're like, oh, chicks, let's go.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So we're attracted to that, and we're working out. And I remember, I think the teachers got into an argument, or I forget what happened. The security came, and they were outside, and there was a guy and a girl. We're all in the gym working out, whatever. There was a guy and a girl working out. If you know what I mean, they were working out. We didn't know what was going on because we're like, you got headphones, you work out, you're like, you hear something just banging right next to the it was oh my god, the leg press machine and the deadlift area. It was that. Oh, here's we're like, dude, what is going on? Like, yo, what's going on? Who's lifting that? Because all you hear that, and then metal plates clanging. So, like, dude, who's lifting that crazy amount of weight? Like, that mother effer's strong, bro. Dude, this is going on. I'm over here trying to, talk to the girl, to my own girl, impress her, whatever. Teachers walk in with security. They walk in. They don't, we're all still, we hear them come in, and we're like, everybody work out, blah, blah, we're making noise, trying to distract everything.
From the noise.
We're trying to make noise to distract them from what was going on, what was really going on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was the funniest crap ever. So, as time went on, it was like what, 30 minutes? Like we had an hour of that of lifting, and like it was 30 minutes that was going on for. And we're like, dude, you hear the banging, of course, the weights, everyone's like lifting, acting stupid. I give it about 15 minutes after. That's when the teacher realized with one of the guards something was really going on. We were hiding it, but it was just the way we played it off. Just let that weight boy, like wait, all kinds of crap, bro. It turns out this one gets. It was the security guard's daughter.
Oh. Oh.
It was the security guard's daughter with the assistant principal's son. Oh my god, bro! I was like, yo. When they got caught, oh, I thought that boy was gonna die. Cause all I saw this dude grab a 25-pound plate and just beep. I was like, oh.
So the security guard dad, right? He grabbed the 25-pound plate. Wow.
It hit the assistant principal's son in the back, right in the back of the head.
Oh shoot.
But not like full force, but enough where he felt it. He felt it. Where it's like, oh. Oh! You heard the dude scream like, oh!
Wow. Why didn't you have to find a bathroom or something? Why? I guess it's just the thrill of being in a public place, huh?
It was the thrill. I guess, they felt some type of way because, in that area there was no cameras, and, they thought they'd get away with crap.
And they almost did. I mean, all of you guys were on their side. You're like, let's make noise. Let's be distracting when adults came in.
And dude, that was hilarious and crazy at the same time. That was just a wild one, dude.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I was like, even now I'm like, how the do I remember this? Like, how do I remember that crazy thing actually happened?
Well,
Like,
how do you not remember it? I think is the better.
Dude, yeah, that's the thing. Is how do you not remember? You try to block it. I was like, I wasn't there, bro. I'm an angel now, saying I'm an angel now.
Wow. That
And that's
is
just
crazy.
that's just story number one. I mean, I can tell you about this one time. What's it called? Same year, actually, same year, 2007. I was a sophomore. I can tell you this one time that I think it was not my third. Yeah, it was third period. It was like two classes away from me, two classes down. Where another kid stabbed a kid with a, I think, with a pen right in the freaking eye, dude.
Oh,
Stabbed him right in the eye over what was it about? They're arguing over something in class. Teacher told him, "Hey, yo, calm down." Like he said, "F this guy." I was like, "Oh." The kid, you know how we knew it happened because the kid ran into our classroom looking for help, like he just bleeding, gushing. I was like, "Oh God!"
oh,
And the pen stuck right here. The pen was
oh,
right there. I was like, "Oh, dude, that was fucking gnarly. That was
wow,
just gnarly, bro. Like, what the hell?"
wow.
They're fighting over you won't believe what they were fighting for. You're gonna
Probably
laugh.
Pokemon cards or something really dumb.
Nope. It gets funny.
Let me think about this. What's even more funnier than Pokemon cards? Um, is it anime related at all?
More 90s kid related.
Oh,
Something from the 90s that we used to enjoy.
Power
For sure.
Rangers?
Who?
Power Rangers?
Ah, bro. Nah, come on. Think. You're a 90s kid. Come on, dude. Something from the 90s.
Ninja Turtles?
Nah. Come on. Even your viewers can probably guess this one. They can comment.
What is from the 90s that two kids would fight over, huh?
Hmm.
Sailor Moon?
I mean, if there were girls, yeah. Well, maybe you got guys that fight over that too.
Yeah.
But you ready?
Yeah.
Tamagotchi, man.
Oh, of course they would fight over. Oh, that makes
Tamagotchi,
like
bro.
we forgot about those things, but those things, like every
Bro,
kid
you
that
don't
had some money
understand.
had that.
Yeah, dude. Remember that increased in value by like 2007. That was worth something.
Yeah.
And those dudes, it was crazy. I was like, did he really just stab him over a Tamagotchi?
Wow.
It was because he was keeping that thing alive since he first got it, since he was a kid. Like he got it for what the story went on about that he got it like in, oh shit, I'm guessing like in 1998 when
Hmm.
he was like, I think somewhat middle school maybe, or even, well, no, elementary school. He's been playing it ever since.
Wow.
Remember, you've been playing since 98 to 2007, keeping
What?
the thing alive. He was dedicated. So the other
Yeah.
kid, what happened? The other kid destroyed it. Like
Oh
killed his killed
no.
his Tamagotchi, didn't feed it, and then just broke the device.
Ah,
And the kid just
that's
went
like killing
AWOL.
someone's dog, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
what would you guys do if they killed your Tamagotchi? You've been having that, raising it, feeding it for the past like what, say 8 years, 10 years of your life. What would you do?
Viewers, let us know. What would you do, man? Wow. Wow. The reason I mentioned base Pokemon cards was because my desk mate in fifth grade, who would
Yeah.
get me in trouble all the time. Shout out Kevin. He watches this channel. He's like different now. But he
Okay.
came to my school in the middle of the semester, fifth grade,
Mm,
by the way, fifth grade,
mm,
because
mm.
he pulled a knife on a student over Pokemon cards. Yeah. So like obviously got expelled from the school. And then he came to my school and tormented me. Like he just like, I don't know if Kevin had undiagnosed ADD or something. He just couldn't pay attention. He'd distract me. And then the teacher hated me. So the teacher
Yeah.
would like get mad at me. And then eventually we realized the class size was too big. So they brought in a teacher in the middle of the year for us
Yeah.
to split team. And the teacher hated both of us so much she put both of us in the new class. So now I had to deal with Kevin in the new class. But Kevin and I later became good friends in late middle school. But man, fifth grade,
But
man, we were this close. Like I mean, if that dude carried around knives, it would have been bad. But we were this close to getting into fights so many times, man.
gee,
But yeah, he pulled a knife at someone over Pokemon cards. And then in sixth grade, the
yeah.
guy went to the same middle school. So like I remember that first week, Kevin would just be just hitting him. He's like, "You got me expelled," and the guy like didn't know how to fight back. The guy's like, "Ah, ah!" He just like covered up. Yeah. And then like I guess his parents sent him to a different middle school because they're like, "Oh my god, his tormentor is back." So he went to a different middle school by seventh grade. So I never saw him again.
That's
By
funny.
sixth grade, I remember like I was like, "Why is Kevin beating up on this guy so much?" And it's like, "Oh, because that guy." I mean, Kevin got himself expelled, right? But that guy was the
Yeah,
means
yeah.
through which Kevin got expelled.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, Pokemon cards.
Listen, listen. There was a time Pokemon cards was the ish, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I would fully curse, but YouTube doesn't allow it, guys. So I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
yeah, I remember when Pokemon cards was the hottest thing in elementary school, the
Yeah.
hottest thing you can get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
That thing was selling like it was crazy,
Yeah.
crazy times.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's see my next story. Who? Oh God. Wait, no, I did I tell you that one time I skipped middle school where I was skipping school in middle school? How my mom caught me?
Yeah, yeah. You told that last time. You told that last time you were
Okay,
on.
okay. I wasn't sure if I did. I was like, did I tell you that one time I got caught by my mom? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah, yeah,
no.
definitely. Definitely. I will tell a story that actually I've
Okay,
told part of on my other channel, but this is the
okay,
full version. So I'll have to let viewers know this is the full version. So this
okay.
is a guy I met in high school, and we bonded because we were both training kung fu.
Mm,
So, this guy had a very big ego, and apparently one time, um my school was weird. Like my
mm,
school was like one of the rich schools, but it wasn't rich enough. But like if it were any other place in
mm.
the country, it'd be like a really rich school. So like the kids
Interesting.
were really weird. It's like the kids didn't understand that it's like accept the fact that you're a rich school and just like do rich people things. Like I don't know, be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
politically active. Freshman year there was a little plaza next to my school where kids would get lunch, and there'd be fights there all the time for no reason. And so one time my friend, he pulled off a kind of a kung fu technique, or he thought that kung fu helped him in a fight. So the
Yeah.
guy has such a big ego. So later on, I remember one time he tried to pull off another kung fu technique, but of course, if you've never practiced like sanda or any type of kung fu throw, it's harder to pull
Mm,
it off than let's say a punch, right? Because
correct,
like throw, you got to know the mechanisms. So
correct,
he's
correct.
trying this throw, and of course it doesn't work, and he's tangled, and the two of
Oh,
them are like both kind of like sort of dangling, and like
oh,
everyone else passing by called it GAY. Like, guys, stop being GAY. I'm not gonna say the word. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, but it's like he didn't look good, right? And
yeah.
this is the first time I realized, okay, this guy might be a little too like overconfident. I asked him the next time, like, dude, what happened, man? Why did he's like, oh, I let him go magically, and he got me after I let him go. I'm like, that's not what happened. You didn't like in the middle of the throw feel bad for him, let him go, and then he got but like this is the type of mentality he has, right? No self
Yeah.
reflection, always blaming other things. So this guy was so
Ah,
confident in himself, even though his grades weren't even good, his SAT scores weren't even good. During senior year, he only applied to Ivy League schools. Okay, to apply to Ivy League schools, you better like be straight A. You better get like
yeah,
you know
yeah.
pretty good SATs. He wasn't there. He only applied to like Harvard, Princeton, Yale, or something. Of course, he got rejected from
Okay.
every one of them. So he had to go to a community college, and like this is ego. And so, um, I lost touch with him because eventually I realized this guy was just full of shit.
Yeah.
So years later, 2018, I came back to DC for a little bit to visit my parents. And then he reconnects with me. He's like, Jerry, I've been in the DC area for so long. I've been thinking about going to LA. You want to meet up? I was curious, like, oh, where this guy been? So I was like, sure, let's meet up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he never meets up with me. So 2019, he actually does come to LA,
Oh,
and he wants to reconnect with me. So I'm like, yeah, you can come over. So I extend him like 3 or 4 invites to come hang out with my friends. Of course, he doesn't show up, and I don't hear from him again. Okay.
yeah,
The magic year happens again. 2020, the thing you can't talk about on YouTube happens again. Okay.
yeah.
So we're all stuck at home, and suddenly I get text from him. He's like filling me in on his LA journey, trying to like have heart to hearts. And eventually I just text him back. I'm like, dude, I'm happy you're like having a good time in LA, or you stayed in LA, but right now you got to read the not just the room, you got to read the world. What's going on in the world? Okay, I barely knew you in high school. I just remember you being so arrogant. I told them this like flat out. I said, I remember you
Yeah,
being very arrogant and self-centered. Okay, you wanted to reconnect with me. That's fine, but it never happened. Okay, now everyone's not able to really travel, and I got my friends in my immediate community that I have to care about. So you need to go away, and I'm gonna block you. Like goodbye. I told them that because it's like you can't like I just don't understand certain people. Like for some reason they either don't have a short-term memory or they do and they don't care anyways. It's like
mm,
it's not that I'm keeping tabs, okay? But eventually it's gonna be like enough is enough, okay?
yeah,
You don't
yeah,
have to like, okay, I invite you once in a while. You don't have to. First of all, you are the one that want to reconnect with me, okay? But
yeah,
second of all,
right.
we barely knew each other. He was a few years older than me, so like
Yep,
I already didn't really know you. So like, if you want my friendship, you better try. You can't just okay when it's really convenient. Like I'm stuck at
right.
home now. Now it's time to like reconnect with you. No, it's not.
No, it's not an excuse. I
A
get you.
year later, when things opened up briefly in LA, LA was so mercurial. They would open up and then close down, open up, close down,
It
right?
was bipolar as shit.
Yeah. I saw him in the park and I didn't recognize him because again, my memory of him was how he was in high school, bro.
Yeah,
So his dog wants to say hi to me. He like yanks the dog's chains really hard to prevent the dog from saying hi to me. And I turned because I don't recognize him. I'm like, did your dog want to say hi to me? Why'd you yank the dog? So it was a little dog. Like, don't yank it
yeah,
that hard. And he's like, oh, yeah, he did want to say hi to you. By the way, Jerry, do you remember me? I was like, no. And then he took off his glasses. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have glasses in high school. I don't remember. He's like, Jerry, I almost said his name. Yeah, he's
yeah.
like, it's this guy. And I'm like, he's like, oh, you remember? And he's like, I was like, oh, it's the guy I told to F off. And he's like, good to see you. And I'm like, I'm like, I'm not gonna say good to see you. I told you to F off. Don't expect me to like change my mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but I do give him credit though. He did have a girlfriend and she was pretty cute. So like I'm talking smack about him, but his like arrogance is like it got him a girlfriend. So it worked. It
yeah.
worked towards certain chongas. It worked.
Uh,
His girlfriend was a chonga, but like it worked with certain
oh my God, he said chonga.
chonga.
Jesus.
A Latino is not chonga. Okay, chonga. It's a Floridian slang.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what he's talking about, man. I'm like,
By the way, Xavier's in
oh,
Florida. For those of you who don't know.
yeah, I'm in Florida, guys. I'm in
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah.
What
So
part of Florida? The South, not
yeah,
the North or
the
the
part
Central.
that's very
We're
diverse and cool.
we're in the South, the very hood rat area of Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow. Oh, it's crazy. Um, I'll send you his profile later. I just looked him up. Oh my god, he
Yeah.
changed his name. He changed his name.
Oh my God,
He
dude.
changed his name,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Why?
I guess I know why. Because a guy like him is like, oh, this name you know me by was the high school me. I changed. I knew an a-hole like that.
Yeah, I had a friend like that too. Not gonna lie.
Wow. Of
Mhm.
course, dude. He works in the agile industry. Do you know what agile is? Agile is
No,
basically
I don't know what industry that is.
if
That's
you
very
want a team to quote unquote work better, you can
yeah.
hire these people who are trained to help people work better. It's basically an industry that doesn't add any value. He would be in that industry.
What the hell?
So like
How
if
does
you and I
that
had a
industry
company,
exist
we
anyway?
could we could hire an agile expert to help us task plan and event plan and like just be better functioning as a company.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a weird industry. It's a multi-million-dollar industry. It's called the agile industry. This guy works
When
there.
the heck does this industry ever? I'm curious when the hell that started.
I think in the 80s. Yeah, it's pretty
Where?
funny that this guy
Sounds
this
like
guy works
sounds
in
like
the
a made up
agile industry.
industry, dude. Agile industry. What are
I
you?
know, like the fact that it's an industry means it's not agile.
Like what? How's that agile at all, dude? Like what the hell?
Yeah,
Makes no sense, man.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that is pretty funny. It is pretty funny that he works in the agile industry. He would because he's just a guy. He's a pure talker, right? He doesn't understand anything.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. You got a story now?
Oh shoot, I forgot.
It's all good.
Huh?
Tell Mahal to come on air.
Mahal to come on air.
Yeah.
No, she's not gonna come on air. She's sick, dude.
Oh, I see.
Jerry said for you to come on. Hold on, Jerry.
Okay. For those of you watching, this is me and Xavier Santana.
You're
We're
good.
sharing crazy
Do one
stories
more time.
because we've had a lot of crazy stories in our lives. So this is what's going on. Viewers, we want to encourage you to share your crazy stories. If you think you got more crazy stories, more crazy than Xavier's or mine stories, share them, please, in the comment section. We'll read some of your stories.
Oh, I got one. I remember
Okay.
skipping. This was back in. Now I'm going back to middle school. Screw
Uh-huh.
this. We're going way back, deep into the archives, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
So back in middle school, I was skipping school at the time. I think it was like half. I forget. I think it was we had did like this is during field day, so you had like about four different classrooms that all ended up leaving campus, and we just ditched. We just started running like, oh fuck this, let's go. So we're all jumping the gate. Security guards chasing us. The school officers chasing us, and they were just running across the street, about to get hit by cars, crossing it. We didn't care about it, just straight running into traffic. I remember, and then I remember one of them called their brother to pick half of us up or pick someone up. Dude, okay, we want to talk about Mexican packing a vehicle, bro. It was literally a I remember the vehicle. It was a white Chevy, I think Silverado, like 2005, with metal railings like all on the outside because he loves to do the whole outdoor ride your truck outdoor type thing. So we done packed that truck so much to the point we had to hang out outside the truck, hang on the railing, bro. The craziest people, dude. I was literally on the rail onto the side to the passenger side door. I was what? I think like 12 years old at the time, 13.
Wow.
And skipping school, heading to I forget what park, but we're just being idiots, a bunch of kids. Because it was like at least what, eight of us inside the vehicle. You had like about four around the vehicle, hanging onto the railings. We had one kid hanging onto the roof railing, just chilling. I was like, what the fuck is that? And we're all driving around. This is like what, four different classrooms.
Wow.
They're all called the older sibling to pick up in a vehicle. It was just mayhem, bro. Freaking mayhem. Because what ended up happening, we all got to a park. Everyone just started fist fighting. Just everyone just everyone just started fist fighting. We're like, I think I remember why, because there was a girl having beef with one of I guess one of our girls in the classroom. Then another guy had beef with another guy in the classroom, and it just so everyone's like, oh fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, and just everyone just had their that's what it's like field day. Oh yeah, it's where half the like four classrooms left, and then we all just met up at the park and just started wailing on each other. Just start wailing on each other like I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Were you
I
doing
think I remember
Sonda already?
what's up.
Were you doing Sonda already?
I was doing a little bit of boxing at the time and a little bit of Shotokan karate at the time too. So yeah, I was remember I think I had head kicked the kid. I remember I head kicked the kid because hey man, leave me the fuck alone. Cause I was like, I'm not fighting, I'm just here to chill and watch. I was more concerned with the hot girls because there was a girl I was attracted to. So I was like mostly trying to, like, hey, let me go, I'm gonna go run and talk to her.
Yeah.
So that happened, and it was, dude, it was the funniest shit ever. It
How
was
long
just
did the
hilarious.
fighting, did the like group fight last?
I'd say about maybe 5 minutes.
Okay. And then
About
people
five
chilled.
minutes. Then cops showed up and we all ran like cockroaches. You know what I'm saying? Frank! You know,
Did you guys
uh,
pack back onto the vehicles after the cops showed up?
we literally, as the cops are showing up, we're all running through the vehicles to hang on. Yeah. Dude, it was hilarious. And that same day was probably the day after or the day before I got I got caught by my mom skipping school.
Oh wow, you had quite a week.
This is my middle school days, man.
Wow.
Like 2000 freaking five. I think I was
Wow.
like in eighth grade at the time.
Wow. The closest we had to like that type of incident in my high school. So again, my high school is a rich high school, but the
Mm-hmm.
way a lot of these school districts, they always pulled in some hood kids, right? So there were
Yep.
probably like 20 hood kids in my school still. There's still 20 of them. There's a lot of them. And the 20 hood kids had friends, right? So of course, like two car this is I still can't believe this happened. Two cars filled with like hood kids from another high school that was more hood came to our school during lunchtime to
Ah,
like start some stuff because they thought they were more hood. They thought the
yeah.
hood kids in our school couldn't fight. But you know what happens when you show up two car full to our school? It's not just the hood kids in our school. Everyone went. So like suddenly these two car fulls, like 8 people, got
Yeah.
jumped by like 50 kids at our school. It was a beatdown, bro. It was such a
Ah,
beatdown that like even I remember there was a pregnant girl in our school went and fought, dude. Like that was how much like our school has no school pride, okay? But like when hood kids come to our school to tell our hood kids from our school that they're not hood enough, suddenly like the whole school banded together.
yep.
You know,
Yep.
I was in the cafeteria. I was a freshman. I didn't know any of this. So I didn't do anything, but like I saw like everyone run towards these two cars. It was like the beatdowns were so bad that like teachers trying to stop the fights all got beat up too because they were caught in the crossfire, dude. It
Dude,
was
that's
crazy.
that reminds me of my I think it was eighth grade. We had high schoolers come to my middle school
To start
and
stuff?
to fight. And bro,
What?
I'm talking about a whole middle school came out to start fighting. It was insane. It was insane, dude. It was literally at the school football field. It's like there's apartments next to the football field. The high school kids were like jumping the gate, getting in there. I think they attacked one of the football team members for middle school because I guess they had a sibling or something happened with a high schooler. I don't know. And that's when the whole school just came out just to fight. The whole school came out to fight. I can tell you, even kids from the magnet program, the IB, the smart ones came out to fight. I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this shit? Was like, yo, I was like, since when you see the really smart kids, the really smart ones that are studying calculus and shit coming out to fight too, they said, fuck, we want it. I was like, what?
Wow.
Dude, it was insane. I counted at least 10 high schoolers, right? For each high schooler, there was at least 10 high schoolers. Imagine for each high schooler, 10 middle schoolers.
Wow.
It was fucking bananas, bro. It
Wow.
was bananas, dude. Like that fight was hilarious. Cause like you said, even the teachers, anyone tried it, they got their ass whooped too. They got whooped too. You're like, yeah, what the frick? It took the school police officer had to call like other cops to show
Wow.
up and break up because it almost turned to like a mini riot. It was just
Wow.
insane. It was insane. Because even the cops showed up. The cops didn't know what to do because they're like, "What? These are little kids. Middle schoolers fight high schoolers. We don't know how to stop because if we go, remember middle school kids, they're a lot smaller.
Yeah.
The bones are brittle as hell. So the cops were like, we don't know how to break this up. We might hurt them by accident.
Yeah.
It was it was insane, bro.
Wow.
Insane
Wow.
middle school.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Did the high
And then
schoolers
is
ever
it
come back?
uh I think they did. They tried to at the football game, and the football game was worse. They tried to come to a football game, and it was a lot worse. It was
Oh.
a lot worse because parents got involved. Parents
Oh.
started fighting too. Oh yeah,
Wow.
that was like the cream of the crop. That was like
Wow.
probably a Thursday. This is like a Thursday that happened,
Mhm.
and then that the football game was like on a Friday night or Saturday.
Dang.
It just blew up.
Damn. Hood parents fighting too.
bro, you don't understand. You don't understand. It was just what the fudge.
Yeah.
This is Deerfield Beach Middle School, guys. Deerfield
Oh.
Beach Middle School. It's like 2004 to 2005 or 2003 to 2005.
Wow.
Yeah. And they
That's
had there's a lot
crazy.
of stabbings going around, even in Deerfield High School too.
Wow.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
In my story with those hood kids who came to our school to fight,
Mm,
eventually they I think they tried to come back twice, but they just knew like they had to be strategic, right? So I
yeah,
remember one time this was so funny. I was walking home because I lived very close to my high school, and I saw
okay,
the hood kids pull up. They were
yeah,
like they were scouting this time. They're like, okay, like basically they were trying to be like, who can we jump, right? Instead of like let's
yeah.
just show up and get our butts kicked again. But I
Correct,
was like,
correct.
whoa, that's like thank goodness they were like they were specifically there to fight certain people, right? They weren't just trying to like jump anyone at the school because they're like, oh
Correct,
my god, I'm
correct.
alone. Like, thank goodness I
Yeah,
don't look like a threat. But
yeah,
I'm like, dude, what if they jump me?
yeah. That's true. That is 100% true, dude.
Yeah, and then I after I saw them in that car that one time, and this time it was only one car of them. I guess the other car
Mm.
decided not to show up after getting beat up. But like they never came back again after that time I saw them randomly.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I guess our school sent a lesson. It's so funny. Like our school had the worst football team in the county, dude. So like I get why people would be like, okay, let's mess with this school. But just
Yeah,
because our football team sucks doesn't mean our people can't fight. It just means our football team sucks.
correct. That's true. That's true. Never compare the school's like sports teams to the actual school, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So
yeah. Like you know your school's a rich school and you have a lacrosse team, right? So like, all
yeah.
the especially our girls lacrosse team had the most beautiful girls. It's like, it's
Oh,
a very preppy school when like all
uh,
the it's not the
lost.
cheerleaders, it's not whatever. It's the fucking we first of all, you have a lacrosse team and like there's so many pretty girls on that team. It's like, oh yeah, you know what kind of school this is. So I get it why
Mm-hmm.
people be like, okay, F this school, but our school was amazing academically. Those years I was there and a few years
Mm.
afterwards, we were so good. We sent so many kids to Ivy Leagues and stuff. So, I'm
Yeah,
proud of that part of the school, even though like I didn't have the best time at the school, but that was partly my fault. So
gotcha.
yeah, but yeah, the only like real like fight story was it's just so funny. My freshman year
Mm,
was probably
mm.
the last year that like there were really like hood kids in the school, and then I think like by the time I was a senior, there weren't any hood kids.
Yeah,
That's like a natural progression of a neighborhood too, right? It's like it's kind of sad. They kind of like just outpriced
true.
usually, like they get outpriced out.
Yep, yep. That's how it happens, bro.
Yeah, yeah, man. For those of you if you're enjoying our stories, comment on our stories or share your own because we're just getting started, man. Like it's so cool to get these stories off our chest. Like especially the fight story, I've never told anyone except like once when I was a freshman. This is the only time I've ever told that story of like kids from a random hood school coming over and getting jumped by the entire school.
Dude, I haven't told any of these stories in Jesus since it happened. Like it's been freaking years, dude. Years.
Wow. The packing the trucks and then going to fight and then packing the
Yeah.
trucks to escape. Like that one is just like the epitome of just like even if you guys like fought, the fact that you guys had to like escape the same way, I think you guys bonded. Like you guys probably became friends afterwards.
We did.
Yeah, that's what I
We
thought.
did.
Like,
It was the funniest shit ever,
yeah,
bro. We
so
did.
much of life, right? People don't
We
understand.
did.
There's three
Funny
ways to bond.
story. I still talk to one of my friends from then.
Yeah.
It was funny as hell, bro. Cause he brought it up. He brought them like he messaged me on Instagram, and I forgot. I've known him forever, and
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I didn't know you trained jujitsu. He's like, mother effer, I've been doing that since we were kids, you a-hole. I was like, oh, you remember that? He's like, dude, who'd you think we beat the crap out of kids for? You don't remember the fight in the park? I was like, oh shoot, you're right. I was like, you're on my side. I remember now. You're the one. You're the one driving the truck. You son of a bitch. It was hilarious, bro. Hilarious. He's like, Xavier, we've been friends for how long, including on Facebook? I was like, bro, but you grew up and he's like, dude, you could have messaged me anytime, jackass. I was like, my bad, bro. I've
Yeah,
been,
exactly. Don't message people because of you need a recommendation, right? For those of you states in the beginning, you know what I'm talking
I
about.
messaged him. I was like, dude, I didn't know you do this. He's like, mother effer, we do this for how long? I was like, you gotta understand, I don't pay attention to certain things. Like I'm busy in my own little world.
Yeah.
So it was just funny, man. Funny.
Yeah. It's just so funny that obviously.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead, go ahead,
Oh,
go ahead, go ahead.
I just had a very hilarious, bro. Did I ever tell you that story? I got my ass kicked by a midget.
No, what happened there?
I shit you not. I got my ass kicked by a midget, bro. Okay, so this is high school. I was I forget what happened. I got my ass kicked because a girl got a brother. I thought the dude was big. He was a midget. He was a midget. Okay, so long story short, because it is long, we're arguing. I think I was in class. I was arguing with somebody. This girl told me to shut up. This girl had said something. No, the girl I was arguing with. It's like, I'm gonna get my brother. Blah 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 blah. You're being an asshole. I was like, oh no, now I remember why. Because I said a comment. It would involve history. Where it was in history class, and she's like, your comments mean or this and the third. You're being racist. And then when I would literally show her the facts and the evidence, is like she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my brother on you. He's gonna f you up." Okay, go get him. Where's he at? I'm waiting. What's up? I didn't know. Okay, this is during. Yeah, I forget this is during a world history class I had with her. And our history teacher loves to watch movies, so he loves to put movies on historical movies, turn all the lights on. He sells like he was has a little like little shop where he would sell snacks to the students or whatever for because he was also the volleyball coach,
Mhm.
so he sold the snacks to us or whatever. I didn't know her brother was already in the classroom.
Oh.
He was hiding inside. He was hiding inside the closet where the history teacher kept all the snacks. So
What?
we're arguing, and I get up to go like, you know what? F this. I'm gonna go buy a snack. Your brother's a bitch. Whatever. I go to open the door. I go to open the door to grab my snack. No, I got a midget grabbing my neck and choking me the fuck out. I was like, wait, who the hell is this? I start freaking wailing my arms in the air, freaking. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And she's like, that's my brother. I was like, wait, what, bitch? Hold the fuck on. Your brother's a midget? I'm trying to bang her. I'm trying to bang her brother against the wall while being choked out. I was like, oh, oh God. So so instead of the teacher calling security or he's just laughing his ass off. He's just fucking laughing his ass off. I was like, ain't no one tell me your brother was a midget? What the fuck? Oh, oh God. Oh shit. I was like, how the hell her brother got in this in the classroom already? Then come to find out he was his second period. He had the same class an hour before us. So
Oh.
he just stayed and he was hiding in the locker because he was hiding in the locker to steal some snacks and shit. And then third period started. And then I was arguing with the girl and said some shit. She's like, I'm gonna get my brother. Ah, fuck. That was the most hilarious shit ever, bro. I was like, ah.
Did he eventually stop choking you? Did you actually get choked out?
He started beating me up with the snacks.
Oh, he started hitting you with the snack.
Oh, oh, fuck. It was the most hilarious shit ever, bro. I'm getting choked up by a midget and getting beat up with snacks, bro. It was the funniest shit ever. I'm like, ah, ah. Oh, you hear? He hit me with a big ass bag of Oreos right on my fucking face. I remember because that shit felt like a rock. I was like, what the hell was that? All you hear is boom. Oh shit.
Wow, that's amazing, bro.
Ah,
That's an amazing story.
man. That was like bro, after that, I kept my mouth shut for the rest of the year. I just kept my mouth shut for the rest of the year in high school at that point. This is like literally 2000, what? 2000, yeah, my freshman year in high school, actually. 2006, I kept my mouth shut. I was like, I ain't saying shit to nobody. He got my ass kicked by a midget. I got my ass kicked by a midget, bro. I gotta live with shame for the next year throughout my high school life. What the fuck? It's like, oh no, no, you're gonna get bullied in high school. You know, they're gonna dump you in the trash your first year. Nah, bro, I got my ass kicked by a midget.
The high school I was supposed to go to,
Mm,
they had a very famous incident where it was hazing that went too far. Like
mm.
they apparently, sometimes the worst you'll just get beat up, right? These
Yeah,
two seniors, they took these two freshmen, put them in the back of like in the trunk of a
yeah,
car
yeah,
and
yeah.
drove them to like a middle school and beat them up. And then like the whole day, like took them different places and beat them up. Yeah.
Damn, that's so effed
Yeah.
up, bro.
That's pretty effed up. That's pretty, so they
That's
got
so
expelled.
effed up. I mean, hey, at least they got to visit different schools. Oh shit, dude. At least they got the different schools. You get to visit very different demographics of the educational system, sir.
Yeah.
But you got your ass kicked at the same time. How
Yeah.
did you feel?
And what was crazy is that was why when um when I was a freshman, they
Yeah,
basically said you couldn't really haze kids anymore.
yeah,
It was because of that incident in our county where like those two seniors didn't just haze, they like kidnapped and like beat up. It's crazy. I'm trying to
bro.
find
They
it.
went they went for a round the world trip. No,
Yeah,
they
they
did
went
around.
around the world hazing. Yeah, exactly.
They went to around. We're like, nah, we're gonna go around high schools hazing,
Yeah,
bro. What the fudge?
yeah, yeah. The year before, or no, my
Mhm.
sophomore year,
Yeah,
they tried to do like a what is it called, like friendly hazing. So it's pretty funny. Like they would like design beads and like
yeah, yeah.
plaques for freshmen and like give it to freshmen. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like, because why do kids enjoy getting hazed? It's like, oh, I know someone that's an upperclassman, right? That's why.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, so like they were trying to bring that up, but then like don't involve like people getting beat up and stuff like that.
Listen, I remember the whole ramen bucket over your head type thing. I remember that shit.
Yeah. Wow. Ramen bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, man. There was one, I think it was what, fish in a bucket, and they would dump it on your head.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
Yeah,
Oh man. Well, let me
yeah. We
think.
we, we we lived through some crazy
We
times,
lived,
bro.
yeah. Basically, I
Nowadays, you
remember,
don't see none of that shit.
yeah, none of that. After I graduated college, I went back and visited my high school. I could tell like kids were a little nicer to each other. Like
Yeah,
the a lot of the meanness started slowly getting away.
yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah. I
think
remember those
the
days,
time
bro.
I went to college was like also the last time that like people were just were were very mean to each other, right? Like obviously society progresses, but you also
Yeah,
don't want it to go too much the other way. And I think society got to a point where it's like, oh my God, you can't hurt my feelings, right? It like went too far the other way. Like obviously some of the stupid stuff we lived through was like dumb, like it shouldn't happen. But you don't want society going the other way either.
That's true.
So
It's true. Shit, you don't want to go into reverse.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So,
yeah. I remember 2013. You remember back in the day, 2013, I was making prank videos, and so
oh
like
God, I remember those days,
yeah,
bro.
those
Like,
days. And then like, why did
it was
people
more.
stop making prank videos? Because like people got too sensitive, and also a lot of those
Yeah,
pranks, some of those pranks went a little too far, right? But like
true,
also
true,
like
true.
people got too sensitive, and like those prank videos started getting demonetized. So like that's the way to stop it, right? Demonetize it. If you want to prevent Jerry from cursing, demonetize him, right? Like,
Hmm.
but some of those pranksters were pretty bad. Like the kissing prank guy, if you remember, he would just like
Oh my
pay
God.
actresses and like be like, "Oh, look at me, I just make out with this guy." Like that guy was stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just
I
like
remember.
remember,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
just like remember the YouTuber for the abs. This is like
Oh
2007,
yeah, six
2006.
pack ab guy, that Mike guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael Chang or
Yeah.
Mike Chang. Yeah, man. I remember I used to follow him heavy for just for the abs. Oh, do this workout, do this.
I remember there was a really funny guy. Exercises in futility. I don't know if you don't know that YouTube channel.
Yeah, I
He
remember
would
that.
roast Michael because Michael would do the pull-ups but not actually
Yeah,
clear the bar. So like,
correct.
Mike just like he would be here. So the exercises in futility guy would be like, okay, let's count how many you're doing. Zero, zero, zero,
Hero.
zero, still zero.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, dude. I
that
remember.
guy was
I
so.
remember.
He had to put a lot of his meaner videos on another platform because he was on the point. But YouTube
Yeah.
sometimes didn't like his like roasting.
You remember what was the channel or the YouTuber? I think Vegan Gains or something like that.
Oh yeah, vegan games. That's an old channel.
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to that guy. I remember he was all like into bodybuilding or whatever the hell.
Let's see. Let's see what he's been up to.
Yeah, let's see what happened to him.
Oh, he's actually still around. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, he's 309,000 subscribers still.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. He looks really weird. Like he's like he's one of those guys. You know why? Oh
Hmm.
my god. He's one of those guys he doesn't work on his neck. That's why he looks so weird. He's
Ah,
like every part of his body's buff except his neck. That's why he looks so weird. Dude,
hold on. Hold on.
guys, I
I'm
have
gonna
to
pull
tell
up.
you guys, like anyone that
Gotta
wants
pull it
to
up now.
understand aesthetics, a thick neck is very important, right? Because it signals you can get hit. Like if you're gonna work on something, yes, like work on the things you want to work on, but you have to work on your neck, man. Like if you're just gonna bodybuild and your neck's really thin, it looks odd. It looks so odd. Yeah, vegan gays. I was like, why does he look so odd? Because he doesn't work on his neck.
What the hell,
You're looking at him
dude?
too,
Yeah, like what the hell? He got stupidly buff.
but like not his neck though. His neck still looks like it's a
Yeah.
pencil. Like that's why I was like, why
Well,
does he look
isn't
so
he?
weird?
Is he still vegan though?
Probably.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. That don't look vegan to me, sir.
Maybe vegan plus PEDs. That's a joke, by the way, in case
Ah!
he sees this.
Damn, fucking Ricky Tan here.
Yeah, Ricky
Oh, we
Tan.
got a Ricky Tan there.
We got Ricky Tan, exactly.
Damn,
Oh
fucking goddamn Ricky Tan, son of a bitch.
man. Let's see. So, the person I told you about this morning, I already told this channel about. Um,
Oh,
I'm gonna take a water break. I actually have another story. I'll be right back.
you're good. You're good, dude. While Jerry's taking his water break, guys, any stories you guys got to share? me see if I can even comment here. Oh, it's only cool. Okay.
Okay. So, for those of you watching, I don't think I've ever mentioned this person before, but I definitely derived social lessons from him. So, to catch you up, Xavier, this
Yes.
was the guy that I said who a good life advice is when someone's like genuinely trying to give you a compliment,
Yeah.
right? Don't just like blow them off, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
this is the guy that we're talking about. So just talking about football, he was a high school football player, but he's only
Mm,
like
mm,
5'5", dude. So
mm.
he was a linebacker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he took a lot of brain damage. So I don't think it was completely
Yeah.
his fault. It's just like, you're 5'5"
Yeah. Yeah.
linebacker, dude. You're gonna take brain because you're playing against like 6'4", 6'7" people.
Jesus
So
Christ, dude.
I think that was part of his issue. Like he was just, he had like he was you could tell if he didn't play football in high school, he could have been a smart dude. He was a smart dude, lots of great ideas, but zero follow through, and then like priorities were all over the place.
Oh
But
man,
I
that sucks.
remember, I remember just one time he was just complaining, and I was trying to like give him tips, and he got mad at me. He's like, "Why are you yelling at me?" I was like, "Dude, you're the one that's like being affected by something. I'm trying to give you advice." It's like
Mm-hmm.
that type of like when someone's trying to help you out, you're
Correct.
like if I'm talking to you, Xavier, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you give me tips, that's good, right? What I confided in you. I can't just like
Correct.
complain to you for 5 minutes and expect you not to tell me something, right? That's what I told you this morning. This is the guy. It's like, so you're like
Yep.
complaining. This guy's pissing you off. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna like give you advice. You get mad at me? What am I supposed to be like a therapist just going, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Wait. Where's my notebook? Where's my little notebook?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what I
Mm-hmm.
should do next time. When someone does that, when someone just like, you know, talking about that, we don't need to talk about this idiot. I have another weird, crazy psycho chick. Okay, we're gonna talk about psycho chicks now.
Oh,
Psycho chick used to
whoa.
be a Muay Thai. Talk about Muay Thai. Used to be a Muay Thai girl. Used to be an MMA girl. She had a crush on my roommate. Okay. Oh my goodness,
Oh,
this is
shoot.
crazy.
I gotta
So
hear this.
it got to the point where she would just show up unannounced, and somehow she would always be able to get through a front gate.
How the hell?
I
Whoa.
don't know. Like there is this like thing. Like if you're a lady who wants
Yeah.
to harass, back when I lived in LA, if you're a lady who wants to harass me or my roommates, you're always
Yeah.
getting through that front door that's locked. I don't know how they did it. They probably just stood there, acted all cute. Someone would let them in who was going in
Yeah. Yeah.
anyways, right? But they got to she would just show up unannounced. And if
What
that's
the
not the
hell?
crazy part, the part was she couldn't get along with anyone. This psycho chick couldn't get along with anyone. She burned every bridge. She like it's so crazy. Like she literally couldn't get along with anyone. So it's
Yeah.
like she was unpleasant to have around. And my
Yeah.
roommate was apparently the only one who could tolerate her. It's like me and two
Eesh.
brothers, right? So me and the older brother had to
Yeah.
sit him down.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you understand? Like, I don't know what this girl's intention is, but she's not bringing any positive energy. They gotta
Mm.
stop having her like come over. And it got so bad. So she like disappeared for 2 years. And then randomly she starts hitting him up again. And again, in her psycho mind, she thinks he's into him, right? He's not into her. He's just a really good Christian dude. Like, he brought me to Christ, right? He's a really good Christian dude. So he tries to help people. And so to his, like, this was one of his like epic fail moments. So like he gets to get called out for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
he there's another younger girl who's like in sort of into him, but also like working with him creatively.
Yeah.
So he gets it in his brilliant mind. Oh, you need to meet this other friend of mine, aka Psycho Chick. So he brings the younger girl
Oh
to meet
no.
with Psycho Chick, and not only that, it's Psycho Chick's birthday. So Psycho Chick thinks he's celebrating her birthday, and they're gonna go into the bed and do the deed, right? And like he comes to her birthday party bringing another girl.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
And of course,
God
she immediately
damn.
starts
Listen.
shit. She's like, "Who's this girl?" You know. And of course, he realized, okay, this is not safe. So he's like, okay, we're leaving. Goodbye. And so finally, after so many years, he realized she's psycho. It's like everyone was telling you this. Who do you think she was? Like, yeah, that was crazy. It was crazy. Like, not
What?
only do you not read the room, you bring another girl on this psycho girl's birthday when she's into you.
And this is why you gotta start dodging bullets like it's the
Yeah,
Matrix, man.
yeah. You gotta before the bullets are even in
Psycho
the
bitch.
chamber. You have to like, okay, I'm not even gonna try to dodge this. I'm gonna dodge this now, so I don't have to actually do the Matrix later.
That's where you go, psycho bitch.
Yeah,
Psycho bitch.
bitch.
Psycho bitch does whatever she
She
can.
does. I mean, that's literally what it is. Psycho bitch do whatever she
Bro.
does, man. It's ridiculous, dude. You can tell how psycho she is. How much the first time she ever came over, she like took a big dump in her place. She took a big dump in her bathroom.
Wait, wait, bruh. Oh shit, dude. That's funny as hell. That's funny, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Freaking
So,
man.
dude, I have so many of these like psycho girl stories. So you tell your another one if you want. If not, I can tell more psycho
I
girl
got
stories.
one more story
Okay.
before I call it a night
Okay.
because I gotta work in the morning.
Uh
So okay. Oh God. I, can I say a psycho girl story? Is it a psycho girl story? Oh
huh.
God. Think of hmm, hmm. Oh God. Oh, oh, got it. I got it.
Uh huh.
So think of your I guess you could say you had a secret admirer, not really secret admirer, more of a psycho girlfriend you had for like for a specific period of time.
Hmm.
Oh God, I don't even know where I should go with this because I did a video on this like a few years back. I did a YouTube video on this years back, but
Hmm.
okay. So I dated a chick for x amount of months. It was like 2019. She had drugged me before a fight. She gave me Adderall before I weighed in. I never took any Adderall. I never taken, any kind of drug in my life. So she gave me Adderall before a fight. I didn't get medically cleared to fight.
Oh.
The doctor told me show up tomorrow, the day of the fight, to recheck my heart because my
Yeah.
heart couldn't stop. It was just
Yeah.
nonstop. And so I went and I still fought that day without finding. I couldn't find the doctor. Doctor's like, "Are you fucking crazy? Like I did not medically clear you." I ended up losing the fight, second round, I think, or third round. It was the second round, third round. I threw up, and also my heart was going so fast. And I was in the ambulance with the chick, bro. Explain to me while they're doing tests on me. Every time she would even talk to me, my heart would increase. The heart rate would go up higher, higher. It was insane. And it was because she was just psycho as fuck, just psycho as shit.
Did she think it would help you to like lace your drink with Adderall for the fight?
She's like, "Oh yeah, help you calm down. Help you calm down to get ready for the fight." And I'm like, uh, she was also a psychiatrist. That was her
Oh
job.
my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. So yeah, it was just a whole story that I leave it at that. That was my psycho bitch story, bro.
Wow.
Like
I'll
I
end
would go
off
more
with this
into it.
one. I'll end
Yeah,
off with a very quick one. We have so many more stories, so we can do like a sequel to this one. But
definitely,
talking about
definitely.
like psychiatrists, the neighbor we had when I first moved in with these two brothers back in the day, the
Yeah,
lady was a psychiatrist, and I think the man was also a therapist too.
yeah,
And they had a place, I believe, in Arizona and a place right next door to us. And every time, so they would spend half their time in Arizona, half the time here.
yeah.
Every time they were living next door to us, they would argue for 6 hours straight to the point where
That's
sometimes they would go into the alley to argue.
Wait, wait, wait. The fudge?
Yeah,
6 hours of arguing?
6 hours of like the cops would literally every single time they came back, someone called the cops on them because it's like, dude, this is getting dangerous. Why are they arguing for 6 hours? And both of them were people who were writing subscriptions for patients, dude.
Oh my god,
I know.
that's insane. That
Yeah.
that right there. Ooh, eesh.
It got to the point where eventually I think the cops just got called on them too many times and eventually they had to move out, because California is a more friendly to a tenant state. So like it's hard to evict someone, right? But I think like probably by like the 100th or like 200th time cops got called to their door, I think that was enough. Like, and then the
Yeah.
next day they moved out and it's like, thank goodness they moved out.
Jesus,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Talking about psychologists, psychiatrists, maybe they need to work on themselves a little before they try to
Some
diagnose
do.
other
Some
people.
do. Some do. They're a little cuckoo in the membrane.
Yeah.
They're a little cuckoo in the membrane, dude. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
So
So guys, we have a sequel to come because I have so many. I haven't
yeah,
even started telling Psycho Girl stories. I have so many Psycho. I took like 8 years off telling Psycho Girl stories, but I
Jesus.
can tell more
He
Psycho
said
Girl
8
stories.
years.
Yeah. Last
Holy
time I told a
smoke.
Psycho Girl story was probably 2019. Okay, so 7 years, 6 years,
Okay,
6 years.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, we got more Psycho Girl stories. So
Man,
to
we
come.
got all
Xavier,
kinds.
thank you, man. Everyone
Welcome, brother.
watching, I
Welcome.
put Xavier's fight league in the description. So you guys want to follow fights in Florida?
Yes, sir.
Go into the
Check me
description.
out. Hurricane X Promotions. Next show is August 2nd, guys.
And it'll be available online. So if you guys want to watch it live, I'm gonna
Yes.
be commentating. You guys can watch it live. Okay. I will
Mm.
let people know closer on to the fight.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Xavier, to be continued, man. This was awesome.
Later, guys.
Um,
Deuces.
Deuces. I'm gonna stop the
Dude.
stream.
All
That
right.
was great, dude. That was awesome.
That was great, dude. That
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
freaking
If you
great.
ever want to
Oh,
shoot the shit, we'll just record it again like this.
definitely.